Good morning and welcome to the Craft Room. I'm Ellie Barnes. I'm really glad you can join me this morning. Before we get started though, I better check we are going live in the right place because I have been known to go live anywhere. That doesn't sound good, does it? No, it looks like we are in the right place today. So hopefully you can join it. You're joining us and you're looking forward to crafting along with me. Today I'm going to do a different bundle out of the new catalogue. It's called Attention Shoppers. And I'm really excited to have this bundle. It's a lot of fun. It's got a shopping cart and a whole lot of things you could shop for. But there's a lot you can do with this. So today I'm going to do a card that everyone's been doing. But there aren't very many videos on how to do this slider card, and not with the shopping cart that I could find yesterday. So I thought, well, I'll just jump on, make one with you so you've got an idea how everyone's making these cards. So let's get started. Let's get you down to the desk and have a look at the bundle and let's make this card together. So I'm just going to flip you around as I turn you, and as you know, I'm not very good. There's the ceiling. We all love ceilings. Come on, down to the desk. And I know you're backwards, you're back to front. Let's get this round the right way. We flip that way. That looks better. I think we're looking good. And let me just make sure it's looking good. Let's get all the mess out of the road. We'll just pop that in a bit further. So this is the bundle. It's called Attention Shoppers, and it's got the shopping cart, and you can cut the shopping cart out in the dies. It's got dies to cut out your flowers, your bunch of flowers, your shopping bags, your cake, your wine bottle, and your plant. And you can use it for so many things. Shopping is always a good idea. Treat yourself. We all need to treat ourselves. I feel like I do after this week. Happy birthday, thanks, and just for you. So there's plenty we can do, and we're going to use quite a bit of the stamps and the bundle today. So I'm going to jump straight in because there's a fair bit to do on this card. And we might just start with building the card. I'm going to use some of our new in colours because I want something nice and bright. So I've got my little, now I'm not this good at remembering things. I've got a little cheat sheet here with the scoring marks and the cutting marks. So I'll make sure that when I get a tutorial on this done, it'll have everything in it. So feel free if you want a copy just to let me know. But I'm doing this wrong already. I'm not cutting a standard card. I'm cutting a card that's going to be 21 centimetres. No, it's not. It's already 21 centimetres this way because that's what the paper is. This one's going to be 20.4 centimetres. Oh, that didn't cut all the way through, Ellie. It wasn't sitting. Let's get it back. 20.4. Hopefully that's right now. I hope it's straight. Actually, because I've mucked that, I'm going to start with a fresh piece so that we don't end up mucked around. And I'll use that for something else. 20.4. Now, I'm going to score it at 1 centimetre from this end. No, I'm not. I'm turning it. And then I'm going to score it at 1 centimetre from this end. And I'm going to score it from 10 centimetres from this end. So we have a 21 centimetre card. This is 20.4. Am I right? No. We have a 20.4 this way. Well, I'll get it right. 20.4 this way. 21 centimetres this way. I've scored it halfway at 10 centimetres, and I've scored it here. Now the reason being that that's going to be folded under there so it joins up together like so. But before I do that, I want to cut out a few more pieces. Now this is out of the, oh, I don't even know what this paper's called. It's a very bright, it's a sweet that's Unbound Beauty. It's a sweet that's got all the in colours in it. Now yes, that's going to be long enough. I'm doing 9.5 centimetres by, I think it's, now we're doing 20.4, aren't we? So by just under 20 centimetres. So 19.8. Because that's my front piece and I want it to sit just like so. So we might glue that first. Oh, well, I can cut the other piece. I'll cut the other piece I need. I need a piece that is 9.5 centimetres. And I'm using thick white cardstock for this so it holds straight. And I want it at 19.5. Because that's going to go in there. So I'll show you again. I'll just go through the measurements with you again while I've got all this here so that we can get it right together. We have 21 centimetres, which is the width of a piece of cardstock. And I have cut it at 20.4. I have scored 1 centimetre there from that end and 10 centimetres from that end. I've then done this 0.5 centimetre smaller. So it's 19.9 and 9.5. And that's so that I can glue it on the front here. And I need to do that before we go too far and let it dry, because you're going to see I have to cut a hole or a slit. And my glues are actually running out. I should have grabbed perhaps a new one for this, but I don't want to waste them. Come on. We all know you've got to get every last drop out, don't you? No, they're all dead. What's this one like over here? It might have, no, it feels pretty dead too. I use them in classes, and when they get low, I use them for crafting, and I haven't got any glue here. Let's grab a new one. Here we go. From behind, out of the cupboard, here's a new one, brand new. This should be all right, although it hasn't been upside down. There we go. And then I just need to make sure it's going to stick about there too. When I've slit this, oh, too far down, Ellie. So there's my 1 centimetre score line. I want it above that. And that looks pretty straight. And I'll just get a wipe and wipe that bit of glue that I've put there. It's not perfectly straight because I'm never straight perfectly, am I? We don't have to have it perfect. There you go. That looks a bit better. We'll let that dry for a minute. And while that dries, I'm going to get out also some white cardstock. Now, I don't know about everyone else, but I hate throwing bits out. So I have this pack here. It's just a pocket. And I keep all my little scraps in it. My long scraps I keep in, my 1 centimetre, 2 centimetre long scraps I keep in a tube. Thanks to Rebecca Hall's brilliant advice. But all the other bits I keep here. And whenever I need to just stamp something small, I just raid my scraps. And I try and get the bits that'll be the right size for what I want. I think I need one more. That should cover it. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp some of these images and colour them while this glue dries. And I want we can put 2 here. 2 shopping bags. And I need a bottle of wine. Go shopping, I'm going to buy myself a bottle of wine. Oh, that's no good, Ellie. There's my bottle of wine. I think this stamp pad needs inking again. And a bunch of flowers. Oh look, we've got plenty of bits. I'll leave that nice square bit and I'll just put it on here. That's all I need. Now, we're going to do a quick, this will be a really quick colouring. Let me just get, I've got my blends. I love blends for colouring in, so I've got a variety of colours here based on the in colours. I'll put them all over this side. So, my flowers. I'm doing my flowers in Pretty in Pink, just the dark Pretty in Pink, the light Petunia Pop, and the dark Fresh Freesia. Actually, that's a pretty ugly stamp, isn't it? It's a bit thick. I really must do something about this stamp pad. Where is it? Where did I put that flower? I threw it over here somewhere. Let's try and get one that's not so yucky. That looks better. It's a bit thick. I've had a bit much ink in one spot. Don't know if you can see the difference there, but that looks a bit dark on that side and a bit heavy-handed, where that one's a bit more even. So, what have we got? We've got light petunia. So let's whip light petunia around these couple here. Now, you don't have to use blends. I'm not really doing much blending in this. I'm just colouring, but I do prefer to colour with these. And let's put the, oh, that nib's been squashed in a glass. Let's put a bit of Fresh Freesia here. And Pretty in Pink. Because if I'm going shopping, I'm going to get myself a bunch of flowers. Well, I don't normally, but occasionally my husband might. And he does most of the shopping in this household. So maybe he'd pick me up a bunch every so often. And I love this colour. This is called Summer Splash. And I do love this colour. So we'll just give that so the paper's all lovely and around my flowers. And that's that flower done, ready to be cut out with the die. So I'm just going to cut it and get rid of that bit so it can go through the die machine. I'm going to do the same with this wine bottle. Now, I had a little bit of a play and I came up with Light Lost Lagoon. Looks pretty much like a bottle of wine. So I'm just going to do Light Lost Lagoon on here. And we will, because I want it to match in with my paper, my label is Peach Pie, which is this colour. And behind it, I'm actually using pumpkin pie. Peach pie and pumpkin pie together. Well, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a chopper hovering above us right now, just to make life interesting. And there's the rim of my bottle. And I'm doing my bottle top. Oh, I was going to do it red, but I might do it orange so it all blends in. There you go. An orange bottle top. Bottle's done. Now, I'm putting some pretty and pink wrapping paper or tissue paper in this basket. There we go. And I'm going to use the dark Summer Splash on the basket. Next week I'm going to do something with these baskets, and I will show you how you can actually have a patterned or bag, shopping bag. I'll show you how you can have a patterned shopping bag. And this one, what do we do this one? I thought I was going to do, I've lost a colour. Oh no, it's this one. I was going to do dark. The dark. What is it? Or, no. Yeah, I've got all tongue-tied. Dark peach pie. Peach pie and pumpkin pie together. And I'll use the light green wrap, the light Summer Splash. Oh no, that might blend in with that. Let's use something different. What have I got? What have I got? I might actually just use the pink again so that it's different from the other one. It sits differently. It's a bit similar, but up to the bag, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It'll do. It'll do for what we're doing. So I've got all that coloured, and I'm going to cut it out. I'm also going to cut out, we'll get rid of that for a minute, the shopping bag. So where's our dies gone? I threw them to the side here. We'll get rid of these out of the road. I'll pop them up the back there. We need our dies, so we're going to cut out the shopping trolley. I'll cut this in half so I can put it through twice. I'm cutting out my shopping bag, my flowers and my wine bottle. Now to cut out the shopping trolley, I do have some, of this, it's adhesive sheet, and I'm going to put that on my cardstock. Now I did have a piece of, I thought I had a piece here. I quickly got ready today for this. I was going to be all so organised, but we had a bit of an issue yesterday with coming home from school with lice. So we've been doing lice treatment this morning. I was up early, 6 o'clock, getting everything ready and doing lice treatment, and I've lost my piece of smoky slate. So let's grab another piece out. Oh, there's a bag of it. We'll just grab that piece. Let's get organised. Now I need to cut about that much I want. So we'll just cut this off here. And I'm going to put this sticky side down. Can't get things to sit still. There we go. Put that down there and we'll be able to then have our shopping trolley stuck. So we're going to pull this on and through. A couple of trips through the cut and emboss machine and we'll be done. Oh, there'll be an extra one. I can do it together. Okay? We'll do it all at once. Right, now, for this one, I'm just going to cut so that I have plenty of room on my tray. And as you can see, these little bits, if you end up with that, I just take the top board and I scrape like that, and it gets them all off. And of course I scrape into my rubbish bin so that it's actually my recycling bin. I have a paper recycling bin down here. Now you can go down the bottom. So there's my trolley and its wheels. And we need one of the shopping bags. And we'll do the flowers. So we'll just pop that on like so. As you know, it takes me a minute to get them in place. It's also because I'm on the side now, I always find it a little bit more difficult when I'm doing it with you guys. So I'm just going to go a little bit more straight, so I can get these sitting right. It's a curvy bit of paper. That looks pretty good. There we go. And we take that and pop it on. And the handle's on the wrong side today. How's that for? Let's go this way as I turn around. You've moved because I moved it. Let's get you. We'll get you out. We'll put you through next. It's not working for me today, is it? Rushing things, trying to get things organised. So we have those two cut out. I've finished with the flowers, so I'll pop that back on here so I don't lose it. I need another one of those. Put the flowers over here. Let's get these two happening. So let's get you on. See if I can get it straight in my hands first. That looks good. Get the wine bottle on. And my shopping trolley. There you go. Get this one through. Put these dies away before we lose them. I have been known to lose so many dies in my time. So they can go there. And we'll take those out and I'll show you those. That can't go in the recycling because now it's got a sticky bit on the back, so it goes over there. These can go down with my shopping things. And this is that bit of cardstock that was left over. Now I am going to use one more set of dies, which I had. Thought I was so organised today, and I'm not, am I? Where have I put them? That's that. Lost me die. Oh, gosh. It's not my day today. I think I say that to you every week. But we've had a few things going on in our family, and it's caused a bit of, caused a few issues. I'm going to use, these are the Spotlight on Nature dies. I used them last week. I'm just going to take this second largest one, and I want to cut out just a circle to put my shopping trolley on. So there's my circle. Pop that aside. We will need that again. We don't need the cut and boss machine. You've done your job today. Now it's my turn. Right, we have our circle. We have our card front. We're starting to get everything together. We have our shopping. Now we need to take our pick and get this out. And pop him up with the dies. We'll just push all these little bits out. If you can find a use for them, do. I haven't thought of one, so I'll be throwing mine out today. But I hate throwing things out, so I often end up keeping them in little jars. These things, whatever they're called. Has anyone got a name for these things, these little containers? Just containers, I guess. There's my shopping trolley. And we'll just push that piece out so the wheels are there. Right. This piece that we've already cut, I've just realised. I just used the piece we cut. We'll cut another one. I have to bring the cut and emboss machine in. We're going to cut a slit in here, and it's going to be, I think about 3.5 centimetres high and 2.5 centimetres from each end. Now, to do that, I have to allow 3.5 centimetres is this line here. But this gives me an extra centimetre, so that has to go on the 3.5 centimetre line. I'm then going to place 2.5 centimetres is 18 to 2.5. So I'm going to place my cutting blade at 18, and I'm going to cut all the way down to 2.5. Now we've got our little lines here so we can get them lined up quite well. And that's given me my slit to work on. And let me grab another piece of cardstock and we'll just cut a piece. What did I say we needed for this? Where's my measurements? I did have them here. Everything's a mess. I've knocked everything over. Here we go. I need a piece that is 9.5 centimetres by 19.5. So that's going to fit inside the card. I'll just pop that there. Oh, and while we're at it, where that piece is that I cut, I'm actually just going to cut a 2 centimetre piece off that. And I'll show you what we're going to use that for in a minute. So, we have everything basically ready to start assembling. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure these are nicely folded. And I need to fold this one under too. And then this is going to go in the middle here. But to get it out, I need a slot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 1 3/4 inch punch. And I'm going to punch a hole here. Or half, not even quite, probably a third of a circle. And I cut all the way through everything, but it won't, I haven't got the strength to do it. So I've done ones there, and then I'm going to do my second one, and I'm just lining it up. And it must be a little bit caught. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to place this inside here. But I need this to hang out. So, and I want it, I'm sure there's easy ways to do it, but I want it there, roughly. this is going to be attached. So it wants to be in the middle. It's about there. So I'm going to cut this much off. And what I'm going to do is now I know where my slit is, and I've worked out it's roughly about there. Maybe there. I'm going to glue this section up. Actually, do you know what I did? I'm going to do what I did. I put it in here, and I wanted it right up to the end there. This is how I just worked out how to do it. And I put this in here and I pushed it right to the top. And then I worked out if I put my dimensionals on it, I could then see where I wanted it. Exactly. And then I can glue it and slide it back in. It's a bit tricky, I know, but I know that I want it now. I'm using the grids on the glass plate. It's going to match up with this line going down here. So, and I like to have a fair bit of glue up this end so that it holds still. And that way, that's going to glue up. And while that sets, dries, let's get this all together. I can use the end of this bit that I'm not going to use. I'm going to colour my wheels black. And it doesn't matter if they're not perfect. Shopping trolley wheels are the worst in the world. I've never known a shopping trolley wheel to be perfect yet. They're always clunking and carrying on. So just whip some colour on it. And I did, one of the things that I didn't do on my bottle, and I thought of it while I was cutting it out, I used the dark around this rim bit here, right? But on the one I did it here, and it gave it a bit more of a 3D look. That's about as far as blending I'm going to go. So we're going to start putting some of these things together. Get everything we don't need out of the road, because we've got a mess here. Let's clean up so that you're not as confused as me. I just use the pick to get this to lift up this sticky, and without the sticky it would be very difficult to glue this because it's so fine. So we'll just now take, I found the easiest way is I put my shopping basket in, and I want my bottle sort of leaning a bit, and then I'm going to put my other shopping basket in at the other end. And then at the back I'm going to put the flowers, but because there's nothing for them to stick to, I just grabbed a bit of tear and tape. Get a lid on this new glue and put it upside down before it dries out. So I've just got a bit of tear and tape there, and I just did this. I just sort of put it on and held it at the back. So now all that's glued on, except my shopping basket's gone down too low on that side. And now that one's too high, so let's just rearrange. That looks fine. So it looks like my shopping is holding my flowers in place. And then for the wheels, the easiest thing to do, again, is tear and tape. And I just put that along there. And I'm going to use tear and tape actually to hold it in place, so on the circles. So I'm just going to put a few bits on, just so that everything holds in place. And I'll put a little bit up the top here on the flowers so they don't wobble out. Don't want to lose my flowers while shopping. And you want your wheels to be straight. So I actually, again, use the grid lines just to get my wheels kind of straight. And now I've got it all sticky, I can put my shopping trolley on my circle. So there we go. That's got that all organised. So next thing we need to do is get this back in. So pop that through. My thumbs. And we're going to pop some tear and tape along here. Now I do want that lined up there, and you'll see why in a minute. Oh, well, I want to put some tear and tape there first too. So that goes along there. And this one goes along here. And we are on the home stretch, believe it or not. And we're going to just seal that all the way along. So now our slider slides. And it can't go all the way in because of the tape. I've got it exactly where I want it at that end, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that end in a minute. Now I'm going to pop him. I found, because this has holes in it, I would have preferred one that didn't. I needed to take the corners off. And I'm just going to pop that so it sits nicely there. And now, when we can go shopping. But that's we need to do it a bit tidier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this bit in here. But before I do, I want to put a little ribbon pull. So I'll get my sharp scissors, and these are my ribbon scissors because they have this on it. And it's probably a lot more than I need. I'll just get some tape again. I'm going to put a little bit here and fold my ribbon. And it's much more than I need. In fact, if I do it, I might be able to reuse a little bit of this ribbon somewhere else if I do it properly. Even that's a bit much. There we go. And then I'm going to put a little bit more on this side. And on top of it, to hide that mess, I'll take my glue I'm just going to pop this back in its spot where it came from. While that dries, I'm going to do the same on the back. And we'll just trim that bit of ribbon. So now you can pull it by the ribbon or the side bit there. But we need to do something to make this a little bit brighter and happier. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my little bunch of flowers. Hopefully it's not too bad. It does a nice little stamp here. That'll do. And I'm quickly going to take my pinks and colour it in again. So, as you can see, we're just about there. Next bit after this will be putting the greeting on. And I've got a couple of greetings I'm going to use, and it's going to be a little bit of a surprise how it's going to all come together with the greetings. Now, I could have put any one of them, the shopping bag or the wine bottle. And look, you could use the pot plants in it. There's a pot plant, and a cake. So for birthdays, perhaps I should have put the cake in, but I didn't. Doesn't matter. Flowers and wine. I'm not a big cake eater myself because I'm celiac. I got used to going without cake and a lot of sweet stuff. So, and I'm just going to use the light Summer Splash again. I think that's a lovely contrast with the pinks and with the peach pie, the orange. There we go. Now, we have to wish them happy birthday if it's going to be a birthday card. So let's get happy birthday. And I'm just stamping it up the top there. So everything else you can write, you've got all that space to write something. And then on here, I'm going to stamp, and I did it in black, but I think I'm going to do it in, I wonder if pumpkin pie will show up. It may not. Let's take a scrap of this. And where did I throw my wet cloth? Over here, because I had stamped it in black. Let's just, I think that will work. This says, shopping is always a good idea, and that's what they would receive with their card. But when they pull it out, that's going to cover up. Let me clean this one up. And I'll just rub that on my pants. And it says, just for you. Oh, stuck my finger in it. So that's it. That's my card. And I like how that I can close it up and they just get a shopping trolley and it says, shopping's always a good idea. When they open it up, it says, just for you, happy birthday. Hopefully you like that. I thought it was a great idea. Everyone, as I said, has been doing them if you've been watching Stampin' Up. But I wanted to show you how I do it and how I make the slider work. But let's bring you back up now. Let's go. Oh, no, like that. Did it. And I know everything's backwards, I've realised. So when I do that, now I'm around the right way for you. So hopefully you enjoyed that and it was something you've learned how to do. If you want the measurements, I will put details of this on my page later today so that you can see the measurements and the card I've made and get it right, like where I didn't. But that's all right. And if you like attention shoppers, and the bundle is available in the new catalogue, and you can always give me a hoy and I'll help you get hold of that too. It is a fun bundle, and next week, as I said, I will be showing you a few different tricks that we can do with this. It won't involve a shopping cart. It will be just cards using the shopping bags, flowers, cakes, the bottles. I'll use whatever we can find and make something for you. Might be actually one shopping cart in there with a few bottles in it. Maybe they've gone to Dan Murphy's. All right, you have a good weekend. Hopefully all the weekend's good for you. It looks like we've got some lovely sunshine today. I'm going to go out in the sunshine and enjoy it. And I look forward to catching up with you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.